Well, Castle Lock Queen. Draw a card. Yes. Oh, we gotta play it. We gotta play it. We have to. This is the most Vraskas we've seen. Vraska. 4 Vraskas! Today's video is brought to you by Card Kingdom. And right now you can get this sweet Scoop Soldier sticker when you order over at cardkingdom.com. Just mention in your order notes that you want a Scoop Soldier sticker when you go to checkout. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds. And we got a sweet one this week. We are returning to one of the most popular and one of my personal favorite sub-series of Against the Odds, which is Planeswalker Tribal. Y'all voted last week, and it was Vraska with a commanding win, almost doubling up the next closest option. So today, we're heading to Modern to play a lot of Vraskas. All the Vraskas in Vraska Tribal. So let's talk about this deck, jump right into the game, starting with our Vraskas. So the challenge of building a Planeswalker Tribal deck is figuring out what kind of unites all the various versions of a Planeswalker. And Vraska is actually kind of a tricky one. Unlike some Planeswalkers, some Garriks and like Gideons directly refer to other versions of Garrick or Gideon, Vraska doesn't have anything that really ties it together. If you read what Vraskas do, the biggest takeaway, if you explore all of them, except for Vraska Swarm Eminence, which is just a one-of for flavor purposes, and it's like okay in the deck. But the biggest thing is Vraskas kill things. Every single other Vraska, outside of the Uncommon Worthless Mark 1, in some way or another, can blow up either creatures or non-land permanents. Vraska Golgari Queen, -3, destroy a non-land permanent converted mana cost 3 or less. Vraska the Unseen, -3, destroy non-land permanent. Vraska Relic Seeker, -3, destroy an artifact creature or chat, make it a treasure token. Vraska Escaping Gargant, our Planeswalker deck version, -3, blows up a creature. So that's the one thing that pretty much all Vraskas have in common. They're really good at killing things. Also, their ultimates, if left unchecked, will win the game. Pretty much all of them by putting our opponent to 1, making creatures that can kill our opponent with 1 attack. And then the rest, I don't know, some make tokens, some generate card advantage. But really, the big thing that unites our Vraskas is they're good at blowing stuff up. So how do you build a deck that takes advantage of that? Of course, we could just be like, hey, we're going to be Vraska control, play a bunch of Vraskas, try to kill your stuff, win somehow. But that's not really what Against the Odds is all about. How do we take advantage of a whole bunch of Vraskas that are really good at killing things? The answer is Endless Whisper. So the whole idea of our deck is we will play a bunch of Vraskas, which can kill things. Then we hopefully get down Endless Whispers, this really weird old enchantment that essentially makes it so whenever a creature would die, that creature comes back into play under your opponent's control in the end step. So if our opponent's creature die, we will get that creature. If our creatures die, they'll get our creatures. The trick is we're not really playing creatures. We have 1 mana dork in our deck. Otherwise, we have no creatures. So the idea is we can Endless Whispers, then we just play Vraskas, we start blowing up our opponent's creatures, we steal those creatures with Endless Whispers, and use those creatures to kill our opponent combined with our Vraskas. So that's the main goal of the deck. Also, the other thing about Vraskas is they're pretty expensive. The cheapest ones are 4 mana, and we got a bunch of 6 mana ones. So to actually get them on the battlefield before a game of Modern ends, because Modern can be pretty fast, we have a bunch of ramp. Arbor Elf, that's our 1 creature. Please don't kill an opponent and steal it with our Endless Whispers. Utopia Sprawl Overgrowth, with the help of Arbor Elf untapping Forest, can make a ridiculous amount of mana, have us casting like 6 mana Vraskas on turn 3. It can get really crazy really quick. And since we have all this mana, we got another sweet shenanigan in Death Cloud. Our other big plan for Vraskas is to make a bunch of mana with our Arbor Elves, with all of our enchantment ramp, get down to Vraska or 2, and then just Death Cloud. Death Cloud makes it so each player loses X life, discards X cards, sacks X creatures and X lands. Essentially, if we make a bunch of a mana, we can get rid of everything. Everyone's empty-handed, there's no creatures, there's no lands. The trick is, we got Vraskas, and I mentioned earlier that Vraskas, most of them have game-winning ultimate. We can make assassins to kill with 1 attack. We can put our opponent to 1 life and win with a Vraska token. So if we can get down to Vraska or 2, make a ton of mana, Death Cloud away everything, it's almost certain that our Vraskas are going to have time to ultimate and win us the game. So that's the main plan of the deck. Play Vraskas, play Endless Whispers to steal our opponent's creatures, ramp, play Vraskas, Death Cloud, blow up everything. Also, it's really sweet if we Death Cloud with Endless Whispers out, because then not only do we get rid of everything, we also end up stealing all of our opponent's creatures, because remember, Death Cloud, it doesn't hit enchantments or artifacts or planeswalkers, so our Endless Whispers lives, our Vraskas live, and if we have Endless Whispers, we're going to steal our opponent's entire board along the way. Otherwise, Thoughtseiz's Fatal Push, interaction for the early game. Mana base, pretty typical. Castle Lock Wing, good for drawing cards. Sideboard, mostly focused on combo style decks. Nile Spellbomb for graveyard combo decks. Damping Sphere for Tron in spell combo decks. Choke for islands, Uro style decks. Some more removal, Weather Storm for aggro. And that is Vraska Tribal. That's our Against the Odds deck for this week. Let's jump into some games, see if it can actually work, see if we can pull up some ridiculous Death Cloud, Endless Whispers, Vraskatron kills. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap-up. All right, Against the Odds time. We are mulliganing. That's a lot of Endless Whispers. We are Vraska-ing in Modern, and what are we putting to the bottom? Ooh, I think Thoughtseize. We're gonna go for the gold here. Arbor Elf into Utopia Sprawl, into Overgrowth, into Vraska. Fingers crossed, hope for the best. Could work. We'll see what our opponent's on. Well, Blooming Marsh and Arbor Elf. We do want Endless Whispers eventually, but we don't want 3, and we don't really need them in our opening hand. Boot it. Burn. Oh dear. Okay. Goblin Guide. Alright. Well, we'll see. Opponent gets and hits us. Top card is a Vraska. Makes sense. Down to 18. Well, alright. Windswept Heath. Crack it for a forest. Utopia Sprawl on black. Tap, untap, tap, Overgrowth. Pass the turn. Alright. I mean, we're going to have fast Vraskas. Is it enough against the bird deck? I mean, if our Arbor Elf lives, it's insane. But even if it dies, we can still at least play Vraska the Unseen. Booted. Swift Spear. Whoa! Our Vraskas, our Arbor Elf's going to live? Alright. Top card is another Vraska the Unseen. Down to 14. Well, tap, untap, tap. 8, 9, 10. Well, I think we just... Well, let's play Big Vraska. Big Vraska. Make a pirate. Pass the turn. Alright, opponent. I mean, this is what we got. We got Vraskas. More coming. Boot it. Landed the Searing Blaze would be not great. We will definitely chump block with this pirate if we get the chance. Snap chump block. Well, I guess we'll block Goblin Guide, but if it ends up being a chump block, we're still fine with that. Opponent. Lightning Bolts our face. Okay. Down to 11. Combat. Attacks. Attacks. Top card is a Utopia Sprawl, so we'll block the Goblin Guide. Well, Utopia Sprawl on, I guess, black again. Tap. Vraska. Not bad for 2 lands. Blow up the Swift Spear. Make a pirate. Untap. New Vraska. Oh, we are going off with Vraskas. Keep the new one. Take it up. Alright. Alright. So our opponent's issue is we can put them to 1 next turn with Vraska. That's like the ultimate bird spell. Opponent. I mean, I feel like this is most likely game. If our opponent's got to start bolting Vraska so it doesn't ultimate, that is still a win for us. Death Cloud would be a hilarious draw. An opponent! I mean, we got a little fortunate that they were stuck on 1 land, but wow, that was a lot of Vraskas. We'll bring in Fatal Push. We'll bring in Collective Brutalities. We'll bring in Weather the Storms. We will go down a Death Cloud, Planeswalker deck Vraska, and, probably a couple of Endless Whispers. Our opponent doesn't have that many creatures for us to whisper. And then, what else? I guess maybe just 1 Thoughtseize. Well, that went well. I think we were super lucky that our Arbor Elf lived and we were able to just go crazy. But, okay. This is not as fast of a ramp hand, but we do have the Weather the Storm, which is good. We are not above putting Utopia Sprawl on basic. Seems unlikely we get punished for it. Mountain for our opponent. And Seal of Fire. Ooh, okay. Well, Incinerator's pretty big. All right, there's a forest. So play the forest, Utopia Sprawl on black. Yeah, a little worried about Incinerator. That might jank us out unless we draw a lot of ramp. Opponent, mounted. Okay, I feel an Incinerator coming. Yep, Incinerator. Fatal Push does not help. Oh, another fatal push. Okay. Yeah, not good. Not good. Yeah, we're not going to beat a turn 2 incinerator here. Opponent. All these weather the storms are just betraying us. Opponent. Goblet Guide. Eidolon. Well, I guess it's weather the storm time. So opponent's out of cards. Oh, boy. Maybe there's a chance. Opponent gets in for 8. We draw land. Down to 16, 14. Collective Brutality. All right, so let's Collective Brutality, 2 modes. Kill, drain. Kill, Eidolon. So we're going to stay at 16. We'll discard a Vraska. Castle Lockwane. Pass the turn. 5 mana Vraska would be good to get rid of this incinerator. So we can kill the Goblin Guide, but then we're still taking 6 and then 6 more. We're going to beat a really low life total opponent. Lava Spikes us. Down to 13. Yeah, we need a way to kill this incinerator this turn. Gets in. Top card, be good. Ooh, Vraska the Unseen. That is exactly the top card we wanted. Kill the Goblin Guide. That is 5 mana Vraska. That gives us hope. The Vraska's coming through in the clutch. So we're going to 7, but then we get to kill the incinerator. So it's not over yet. Opponent. Pass this. Lad. 5 mana Vraska. Get rid of the incinerator. Oh, could use another weather the storm. Incinerator's scary. It dodges so much of our removal. Opponent gonna crack the Sunbait Canyon, draw a card. Untaps. What do they find? Please lands. All right, there's 1 land. And another Eidolon. Okay. Land for Vraska, please? All right, land for Vraska. Maybe we can Vraska stabilize. Vraska Relic Seeker. Get rid of Eidolon. Tick up Vraska. Pass the turn. Wow, if we could draw Weather the Storm and gain a bunch of life, I think we're in really good shape. Even without that, though, we're in okay shape. Opponent. Lava Spikes us to 4. All right. Opponent passes. What do we find? What do we find? Windswept Teeth. Well, we will make a Pirate. We will tick up Vraska. Windswept Teeth. Pass. Unfortunately, we had to tick down, so we're not very close to ultimating. We got creatures covered, but if our opponent keeps drawing burn, they might still get us. Opponent. Eidolon. Okay, that's fine. That's what we want to see our opponent drawing, because we can kill that with a Vraska. Ooh. Okay. That's spicy. Do we want an Eidolon? I mean, do we? Yeah, I think we do. Endless Whispers. Steal the Eidolon with Vraska. So to return end step, we get to take up Vraska, hit our opponent, down to 15. I mean, 2 bird spells in a row could still get us. Down to 15. Eidolon returns. Opponent. Whiff. Passing. Well, take up Vraska. Take up Vraska. Play the land. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. Oh, we need 1 whiff, I think. Down to 9. So we can win next turn. Do we get a next turn? Oh, man, this is ridiculously close. Opponent. What do they got? What do they got? Skull Cracks. Okay, this is it. Opponent gets 1 draw. If they draw a bird spell, it's game. If they draw a creature or a land, we win. It's like 50-50-ish, probably. Opponent. Coin flip. Untap. Land. Oh, no, redraw land. Okay, they get another shot. Cracks it. Into... Oh, they hit it. All right. Wow. Wow. All right. Well, opponent, got there just barely. I don't think that Bird is one of our better matchups, but we won game 1 and we were really close against the nut draw for our opponent, where they had a turn 2 incinerator, which that's what really swung the game. That gets around our fatal pushes. Yes, our Vraskas can deal with them, but they're expensive. All right. Wow. I thought we were gonna get it. You can see that's a good example of how much the Horizon lands have improved burn. If that was burn from before Modern Horizons, our opponent would have lost by drawing the land there. But that redraw was enough to get our opponent over the hump. Well, we get to play first, which is probably a good thing. Huh. Alright, we'll keep, although it's not the most exciting of hands. Now let's swamp and Thoughtseize you. Opponent has a bunch of burn and a damping sphere. Alright, well, we will take... How do we play around Incinerator? We don't care about damping sphere. I don't even know why that's in our opponent's deck. That seems really bad against us. Seems like it hurts our opponent more than it hurts us, potentially. I'll take Lava Spike, I guess. We can't really stop our opponent from playing a Incinerator if they draw it. Mountain and Seal of Fire. Would be disappointing if they just drew into it instantly. Well, there's Big Vraska. Windswept Teeth. Crack Windswept Teeth. Grab a Forest. And Utopia Sprawl. On... black, I guess. Pass the turn. Boot it. Mountain. Suspends the Rift Bolt. And passing. Let's Windswept Teeth. Crack it for a Forest. And play Vraska. We're only one land away from 6-mana Vraska, which would be nice. This is probably our least powerful Vraska, although making blockers is not the worst. Yeah, make a 1/1. Go. Boot it. Anything but Incinerator. Opponent untaps. Rift Bolt coming down. Hits our face. 13. Islet. And... So you know a couple of our opponent's cards. Damping Sphere and another land for sure. Boot it. I mean, I'm guessing our opponent doesn't have Incinerator, or we'd probably be dying to it already. Opponent passes. Play Verdant Catacombs. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. Grow the Assassin. Play Endless Whispers. Make an Assassin. Pass the turd. Pass the turd. See what our opponent's got. Opponent untaps. Ooh, Mountain. Okay. Cracks the Islet. Okay. 5 cards in hand. One of them, Damping Sphere. Bolts our face. And, well, we gotta crack these fetches, because we gotta play Vraska, unfortunately. Down to 9. That does not make me comfortable, but we gotta do it. Untap. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. Vraska. Oh, we might just be getting burnt out, though. Grow the Dorks. Windswept Teeth. Crack it. 8. Virtual 6. That's 2 bolt range. Grab a Forest. Play Vraska. Oh, opponent's still at 16, too. Ugh. Well, hopefully they don't have 2 bolts. Make a Pirate. Pass the turn. Opponent. So Damping Sphere, Sunbaked Canyon. Oh, hits our face. Okay. They just drew a bunch of bolts. Yeah. Alright. Okay, so it looks like our opponent just drew enough bolts to be able to win, unfortunately. Oh, so close. Canyon. Opponent. Another bolt. Wow. Oh, wow, that was close. Well, we didn't draw any life gain, unfortunately. And this is definitely not the ideal matchup, I would say, for Vraska Tribal. Whew. Man, we were close to winning that, though. So close. All right. Next time. All right. Against the odds time, we are Vraska mulliganing. Vraska Tribal and Modern. Oh, dear. This is not much better. I guess we will continue mulliganing. Okay. We will put... How can we win this? Death Cloud and Thoughtseize to the... Let's put Death Cloud and Forest to the bottom. Something for our opponent. Ooh, boy. We're getting racked. Uh-oh. Well, good news is Vraskas are good at blowing up racks. Bad news is we mulliganed at 5, so we gave our opponent a nice head start on racking us. And Fatal Push is pretty dead. Although I guess Death Cloud was going to be pretty dead too. Huh? Well, I guess we got a lot of forests. Alright, we will Verdant Catacombs, crack it, get a swamp. Oh, we're gonna die to the Streaking Affliction so quick. Oh dear. Thoughtseize you. The Rack, Liliana, Davriel, Mutavault. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, take the Rack. Oh, Multi-5 is not what you want. Against 16 Rack. Not even a little bit of what you want. Vote it. Mutavault. And passes. Well, there's a Vraska, but it's a long way away. Windswept Teeth go. Opponent. Castle Lockwain. And here comes the discard, I assume. Raven's Crime. We'll discard Forest. Opponent passes. We draw Endless Whispers. Well, Castle Lockway go. Oh, we know there's a Liliana and a Davriel in hand, though. And we're still a lot of mana away from this Vraska. Alright, we're going to concede. I don't really want our opponent to know what we're doing. So let's just scoop it up. Hopefully get some percentage points in the next round. Like, the good news is... Well, the bad news is we don't really have sideboard cards. I guess we can Collective Brutality, perhaps, over Fatal Pushes. Oh, boy. Yeah, all this is disconcerting. We will bring in, maybe we keep the Fatal Pushes. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, good news is, so bad news is, our deck is, in general, not very well positioned against what our opponent's doing. Good news is, our Vraskas are actually really good against Racks and Planeswalkers to some extent. So if we can get, somehow, Vraskas going, things could go much, much better. We'll see. Leyline of the Void. Well, that is an upside to scooping before our opponent saw what we were doing, because Leyline doesn't really do anything against us. Like, literally nothing. About it. Untaps. Plays a Swamp. And passes. Well, Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Go to combat, hit our opponent. Down to 19. Alright, Fatal Push. Alright, not ideal. Opponent. Castle Lockway. And Wrench Mind. Well, alright. That's a lot of discarding. Booted. Passes. Death Cloud. Well, that's something we can discard. If only Vraskas weren't so expensive. We are pretty reliant on our ramp spells. Because Vraska is what? They start at 4 and go up to 6? That is a lot of mana. That's why we really need our ramp to get going. Opponent. How much discard do you have? Untaps. Urborg. And Inquisition to take our Death Cloud. And the Rack. Yeah. Come on, 4 mana Vraska. Please, 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 Magic Gods. Castle Lockway will also be decent. Down to 19. Well, I think we gotta go for it. Utopia Sprawl. On green. Windswept Teeth. Ooh, well, if there's not discard, we can Vraska and kill the Rack. The other good news is we can cast most of our Vraskas if we draw them. Liliana, so there is discard. There goes Vraska. Oh, we need that Arbor Elf. Yeah. Opponent passes. We get racked down to 16. All right. Well, that is good. That is one of the cards we wanted, for sure. Vraska. Blow up the Rack. Pass the turn. Oh, opponent's got the Castle Lockway, though. That's good for them. The good news for us is discard is not especially effective against us anymore. Opponent, Castle Lockway, down to 18. Takes up, discards, Castle Lockway, and passes. Well, Vern Catacombs, take up Vraska, pass the turn. I guess we probably crack these fetch lands now. Takes up Liliana, discards. Probably gonna have to spend this Vraska on the Liliana. Raven's Crime, well, crack Windswept Teeth. Get a Forest. Crack Vern Catacombs. Get a Swamp. Untap. Well, alright. Blow up Liliana. Pass the turn. We can't let Liliana ultimate. If Liliana ultimates, we're definitely dead. Opponent, Castle Lockway. Oh, Castle Lockway's so good. I wish we had one. Put it. Alright, finds the Shrieking Affliction, so damage is back. Opponent passes. We need a Vraska, and we need it soon. Down to 11. Oh, okay, so we get a Castle Lockway. Ooh, pass the turn. Opponent. Raven's Crimes are Fatal Push. Well, we will end of turn. Castle Lockway, draw a card. Another Fatal Push. Upkeep. Castle Lockway, draw a card. And pass the turn. Yeah. Okay, opponent adapts. Now we're trying to hold that up to a buffer of cards to not die to Shrieking Affliction. Opponent Inquisition takes Arbor Elf and passes. Now we draw Vraska. Collective Brutality. Alright, pass the turn. Actually, you know what? Let's drain our opponent. Go up to 10. Pass the turn. This makes it a little easier to draw with Castle Lockway. Opponent passing. Yeah, alright. Castle Lockway down to 7. Okay, there's Vraska. That is good. That is what we were looking for. Win another one. All right, that's very good. So play Vraska. Blow up Shrieking Affliction. Opponent's gonna draw a card. Play the land, pass the turn. Actually, you know what? Let's get this Vraska out of our hand. Let's play another Vraska. Keep the new one. Take it up. Sacrifice a swamp. All right, that's good. Pass the turn. Still 2 cards in hand. Opponent, Rax. And Raven's Crimes. And, well, 1, 2, 3. Castle Lockway down to 6. Down to 5. But Vraska, blow up the rack. Arbor Elf. Forest. Pass the turn. Wow, this is ridiculously close. Our Vraskas are doing their thing, though. Boot it. Alright, Thoughtseize is a whiff. Boot it passing. Alright, no racks on the battlefield. We draw Overgrowth. Well, sack the land. Alright, there's Big Vraska. Well, bigger Vraska. Vraska. Take it up. Windswept Heath. Go. Opponent. We're one away from Vraskatron. Opponent's passing? Well, okay. Draw down to 4. Untap. Draw. Float a mana. Sack the land draw card. Collective Brutality. Drain you. Down to 6. I guess we're the burn deck now. Take up Vraska. Pass the turn. I mean, we're getting to the ultimate Vraska part of the game. We can make this acids. About it. Raven's Crime. We'll discard Thoughtseize. It's kind of working. About it. Passes. We draw Utopia Sprawl. Well, we will play Utopia Sprawl on whatever. Take up Vraska. Sack Utopia Sprawl. Oh, Vraskatron. Play Vraska. Take up Vraska. Okay. 3 Vraskas. Do we ultimate? Dare we lose Vraska? I think we do. Make Assassins? Pass the turn? I mean, unless our opponent has a Wrath or a handful of removal. Alright, kills 1. All it takes is 1. All it takes is 1. It's like super Death Touch. A single hit for the win. About it. Smallpox. Discard Overgrowth. Can they get rid of the last one? Sack the Assassin. An opponent cannot get through all the Assassins, and that is Vraska power. Alright, run it back, I guess. Maybe we bring in Nile Spellbobs. It does get rid of Raven's Crime, and Fatal Push and, Endless Whispers feels really dead. Let's go down Endless Whispers, bring in Nile Spellbobs. I mean, that is basically our recipe for success. We need somehow to get Vraskas on the battlefield through the discard, and then just use the Vraskas to smash through all of our opponent's rack effects. Which is basically how that played out. Although, it's a little scary. A little scary because our opponent has so much discard that I don't know how often it's going to work out the way we hope. Okay, we'll keep. This is reasonable-ish. And we do have Castle Lockway, which is pretty helpful. Opponent, Castle Lockway, and passes. Well, what do we draw? Fatal Push. Well, Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Get a Swamp. Thoughtseize you. 2 racks, a Liliana Fatal Push. Well, take Liliana. Hope that we can avoid the racks. Opponent. No discard in hand. And Fatal Push, all that means is we probably don't play this Arbor Elf for a while. Castle Lockway, opponent. Raven's Crime. We'll discard Arbor Elf since we know it's going to die anyway. Opponent. Passing. I'll play Castle Lockway and play Nile Spellbomb. Crack it. Draw a card. Get rid of the Raven's Crime. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. We only need 1 more mana for Golgari Queen. Pass the turn. Opponent. Come on, 1 land. 1 land. Opponent has a land. Rack number 1. Rack number 2. Opponent passing. No rack damage yet. Oh, this Frost could be so good. We draw a land. We like that. Well, we will play Nile Spellbomb. Play a forest. Pass the turn. The queen is a turn away if we can dodge the discard. Opponent passing? Oh, I like the sounds of this. I like the sounds of this. Opponent passes. The rack doesn't do anything yet. We get to... Ooh, overgrowth. Well, Windswept Teeth. Crack Windswept Teeth. Grab a Forest. Vraska 1. The Golgari Queen. Rack 1 down. Maybe this is a better matchup than we thought. Just because Vraskas are so good at killing racks. Opponent. I mean, that's why you play Vraskas, because they're really good at doing stuff like that. Opponent passes. Rack. Nothing yet. And now we actually have a little Vraska combo here. We get to Vraska, sack Nile Spellbomb, draw a card from Nile Spellbomb. So we draw 2, Overgrowth, a Forest, Windswept Teeth, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. What do they find? It's looking good for Vraskas. Opponent passing. Windswept Teeth, Overgrowth Tomb, tapped. Vraska number 2, about to join the party. Opponent passes. The rack, doing nothing yet. We draw. Ooh, Vraska 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, play Vraska. Let's do it this way. Let's play Vraska. Make a Death Touch token. Take up Vraska. Okay, opponent Fatal pushes. Sure. Well, we did kind of want to sack that. Well, we will sack a Forest. Play the Forest. Pass the turn. Next turn, we can Vraska to get rid of the rack again. Opponent passing. I don't think we're going to spend 5 life to draw a card. Opponent passes. The rack does nothing, and then the rack dies. Utopia Sprawl. All right, so blow up the rack. Utopia Sprawl on black. Vraska 3, Tron Assembled. And this is a good one. Vraska, Pirate, Assassin, Land. Now we're not so worried about holding cards in hand. Pass the turn, and this has been a good Vraska performance. Opponent. What's our opponent's hand? Well, they got a bunch of 4-mana Lilianas and not the lands, or just a bunch of Fatal Pushes, apparently. Kills the Assassin. Inquisition. Takes our Fatal Pushes. Or a Fatal Push. Smallpox. Alright, that's good. Although, we have so many Vraskas, I'm not sure how much this matters. So we lose our Pirate. We lose a Forest. This also puts our opponent down a land. Like, how do they deal with Vraskas? Opponent passes. We draw. Overgrowth. Well, take up Vraska. Tap for mana. Take up Vraska. Overgrowth. Play a Swamp. Pass the turn. And I think Vraska Tron might get the job done. Opponent. 1 card in hand. 2 lands on the battlefield. Untaps. And land. Well, Castle Aquain. Draw a card. Yes. Oh, we got to play it. We got to play it. We have to. This is the most Vraskas we've seen. Vraska. 4 Vraskas. Take it up. Take it up. Play the land. Put you to 1. Pirate. Menace. Pump by Vraska Scheming Organ. 4 Vraskas. Get in. Hit ya. And we got the GGs. Oh, that was the most Vraska-y performances. I'm a little surprised. I think we got a little lucky. Our opponent did not draw much discard. Like, our opponent, a little stuck on lands. They kept a million racks and removal spells, but not much discard, which gave us the ability to just Vraska, and I mean, we had Vraska Twaron plus Megatron. 4 Vraskas at once, and that's pretty good. Plus, in game 1, it felt like a bad matchup because they just tore apart our hand. I guess we also had mulligan to 5, but the ability to just like keep pulling up racks and Lilianas with Vraskas, pretty good. Sweet. All right, against the odds time, we are playing some Vraska Tribal in Modern, and well, we got Ramp and we got Vraska. Hopefully, we draw into more goodies at some point. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Forest and Utopia Sprawl on black. Pass the turn. Breeding Pool for our opponent. Untapped. And passes. Windswept Teeth. Crack it. Grab a Forest. Overgrowth. Pass the turn. Whoa! Spell Pierce. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay. You got us. Huh, Spell Pierce. Interesting. Oh, they're Infect? That's awkward. Well, Utopia Sprawl. On black. Overgrown Tomb. Oh, no. How do we deal with the Ink Moth? Can we possibly deal with the Ink Moth? Or is this just going to kill us? I think it just kills us. Waterlogged Grove. Our Vraskas are really good at killing non-land permanents, but not so good at killing Inkmoth Nexuses. Bone it. Inkmoth, are we dead right now? Scale up. Yeah, we might be. Goes to combat, hits us. We do not have a removal spell. Up to 6, in fact. Ugh. Yeah? I mean, I guess we'll play a Vraska. Do we even want to show our opponent the Vraskas? Probably not. Alright. I guess we just concede. Yeah, if that was a creature, I think we'd be in okay shape. But the fact that it was Inkmoth in specific is problematic, I will say, for Vraskas. We'll bring in Fatal Push. We'll bring in maybe Collective Brutalities. We'll go down Death Touch Vraska, Planeswalker deck Vraska, Endless Whispers. Run it like that. Whew. Yeah, that is lands that can attack. Might be the weakness of Vraskas. Maybe they should be able to destroy lands too. Like, black gets to destroy enchantments. Like, is there balance with how many planeswalkers can destroy lands? There's probably not. So maybe we should move that into Vraska's Slice of the Color Pie. And then everyone gets to do everything all the time. Yeah, this is a tough matchup, though. All jokes aside, this is a tough matchup. All right, we get to play first. So I think we need, like, Thought Seizes and Fatal Pushes. Well, all right. We have a Thought Seize, which is good. And we have a Death Cloud, which could be very good. Now, let's see. We got a bunch of lands. Let's just Windswept Teeth, crack it. Overgrown Tomb. Life total not super relevant outside of Death Cloud considerations. Thought Seize you. Oh, they have the Inkmoth again. I'll take Blighted Agent. Can't take the Inkmoth. Maybe Thought Seize should be able to hit lands too. Expand that part of the color by Breeding Pool for our opponent. Down to 18. Ouch. Alright, opponent top decks another Infector. Well, we will play a Forest. Utopia Sprawl the Forest. On black, pass the turn. Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. Opponent. So we know they have a Spell Pierce still. Forest, okay. So we know our opponent's hand. Gets and hits us. For 1, in fact. Well, Thought Seize our opponent. We will pay for the Spell Pierce. Well, this works out. We get to get rid of the Spell Pierce and something else. That is nice. Yeah, take Blossoming Defense. And now we actually might have a decent shot. We can get down Vraska next turn, kill the Glistener Elf, and then hopefully Death Cloud the following turn and still have Vraska left over. That is our hope, at least. Or our opponent will draw Scale Up. That's another good draw. Uh-huh. Oh, that's unfortunate. Wow, that's so bad. Okay. Wow, that is absurd. Huh. Ha 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 ha. Our opponents had 2 really good draws this game. We Thought Seize only Infect creature. Opponent draws Infect creature. We Thought Seize the Blossoming Defense. They draw the best pump spell in the format. And now we're dead. Like, yeah. I mean, we can Death Cloud for 2, but all our opponent needs is a land to kill us, and we don't have a way to get out of that. Well, Verdant Catacombs. I guess that's our only shot, but I don't think it's enough here. We're also going to lose our entire hand, and we don't get rid of all of our opponent's lands. We only get rid of 2. If we could have also gotten rid of the Inkmoth, we'd be good, but, well, discard. Oh, wow. Wow, that Scale Up was such an insane draw. Sacrifice. And now we hope our opponent never draws a land? Alright, pass the turn. Opponent passes. We'll play Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. If only we had you earlier. Opponent, is it a land? Not yet. Fatal Push would give us some form of protection. Ooh, Death Cloud. Well, tap, untap. Oh, I don't like this, but tap. Death Cloud for 1. Oh, we lose a lot of mana, though. Alright. Well, we got rid of the Inkmoth for now. Come on, deck. Give us some love. Oh, they drew the land, too. No. Oh, Noble Hierarch. Okay. Well, that actually can kill us at some point. Well, Fatal. Oh, we were going to draw Fatal Push. We could have waited. I guess we would have died immediately. Well, kill the Noble Hierarch. Pass the turn. Oh, come on, deck. We're up 1 mana. But our opponent has 1-drop Infect creatures. Vraska. All right, we need 2 more mana for that. Opponent. Another land. Passes. Windswept Heath. Go. Opponent. Passes. Alright, Nurturing Peatland. Crack Windswept Heath. Get a forest. Vraska. Take it up. No sacrifice. Ho! Ho! We're still in it. What do you got, opponent? What do you got? No ink moth. Okay, Waterlog Grove. That's not ink moth. Opponent. Passing. Cracking. Oh, play Castle Lockwain. Take up Vraska. No sacrifice. Pass the turn. Opponent. Forest. Passing. Play Verdant Catacombs. Take up Vraska. No sacrifice. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Get a swamp. Castle Lockwain ourselves. Down to 5. Pass the turn. Forest for... Man, opponent's running a lot of forests. Opponent passes. Okay, there's Big Vraska. Well, we will Big Vraska, make a pirate emblem. So all we got to do is hit our opponent once with our pirate and we win. Whoa! We might be getting there with the double Death Cloud. Opponent scopes it up. Whoo, the recovery. Opponent has a lot of basic forests. That is a lot of basic forests for an Infect deck. Either our opponent is running more basic forests than usual, or they kind of got unlucky. Does mean our chokes are probably not good. All right. Well, boy, Vraska's really good at winning one sweet game a match. It's not very good at putting together 2 wins in the same match, but it's really good at getting that one. And that one is usually super sweet. Like, that was double Death Cloud. Oh, that would have went so much smoother if it wasn't for that scale up to get us to 9 in fact. That put us under a ridiculous amount of pressure. 6 lands and a Utopia Sprawl. I think we mulligan. Okay. Kind of like this. We will put... What are we putting to the bottom? I guess just Endless Whispers for now. Breeding Pool for our opponent. Untapped. And passing. Sure. Oh, Verdant Catacombs. Crack it. Overgrown Doom. Untapped. And the Arboriest of Elves. Pass the turn. Opponent. Breeding Pool. Untapped. And, well, okay, no Infect creatures is nice. Opponent passing. Windswept Heath. Crack it. Get a forest. Utopia Sprawl. On black. Tap. Utopia Sprawl. On black. And Thought Sees You? Well, alright. Untap. Tap. Pay for Spell Pierce. Take a Blighted Agent. Alright, well now we need a Vraska or 2. Why was our opponent not playing Blighted Agent? I guess they wanted to protect it with the Spell Pierce. We have so much mana, Spell Pierce does not seem very effective. Opponent runs out the Blighted Agent. And, ooh, and the Glistener Elf. Alright, alright. Come on, Vraska. Or removal, either one. Okay, that's a Vraska, so tap, untap. That's exactly what we wanted. Tap, untap, tap, Vraska. Vraska, kill the Blighted Agent. Fatal Push, kill the Glistener Elf. Windswept Heath, go. Alright, the board is clean. A Vraska is achieved. A Death Cloud should... Uh-oh. Okay, Noble Hierarch, that's fine. A Death Cloud would probably mean victory here. Well, we'll crack this. Get an Overgrown Tomb tapped. Fatal Push. Alright, well, take up Vraska. No sacrifice. Pass the turn. Actually, do you want... yeah, let's just kill the Noble Hierarch. I guess we should have started attacking, but keep the threats off the battlefield. About it. Another one? Cycles of Will. Sure. I mean, we've gone through a lot of Infect threats. Breeding Pool. Tapped. Opponent passes. Big Vraskas. Verdant Catacombs. Well, let's play Verdant Catacombs. Sack Verdant Catacombs. Draw another land. Go to combat. Hit our opponent. Down to 15. Opponent. Glistener Elf. Well, now we probably got to take down and kill that. Vraska. Kill Glistener Elf. Plus, Vraska's done some work. Play the land. That does mean we're a long ways away from ultimating, but... Hit our opponent. Opponent. Passing. Well, thin the deck. Looking for Vraskas. Get a forest. Untap. Ooh. Endless Whispers. Float a mana. Take a Vraska. Sack a forest. Verdant Catacombs. Hit our opponent. Slowly. Armor Elf Beatdown. Opponent. Well, keep thinning the deck. Sack the Catacombs. Get a swamp. Untap. Forest. Well, tamp the swamp. Take up Vraska. Sack the swamp. Overgrowth. Forest. We are giving our opponent a lot of time to draw into threats. Down to 12. Opponent. Passing. Now, Thoughtseize our opponent. And we got the GGs? I think we got the GGs. Vraskas taking down it. Magic is the weirdest game. Magic is literally the weirdest. It feels... Oh, we're going to draw Death Cloud too. Okay. Death Cloud, eventually, I assume, we would have drawn a Vraska. I guess, like... Yeah, I mean, I think we were in pretty good shape there. We can just kill whatever our opponent does. So, Magic is weird. That felt like the matchup we were least likely to win with Vraskas, or one of them. But, apparently it was fine. So strange. Well, we'll take it. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. Against the odds time, we are Vraska-ing. Ooh. All right. Well, this hand can play a pretty quick Vraska. Windswept Eve. Crack it. Forest. We do want this Arbor Elf to live, but if we can Arbor Elf into Overgrowth, we can have turn 3 Vraska. And then if our opponent's the right matchup, we can start Endless Whispering. Giver of Runes, sure. About it. Ooh, another Vraska. That's good. Well, untap land. Tap, tap, untap. Overgrowth. Go. Well, here come the Vraskas. Here they come. What's our opponent doing? We might have to kill this Giver of Runes. We'll see. Sunbaked Canyon. And Stoneforge Mystic. Sure. 4. Batterskull. Yeah. Opponent passes. Ooh. Tap, untap. Tap. Vraska. Take it up. Pirate. Overgrow Tube. Untapped. Thoughtseize you. Get rid of your Batterskull, most likely. Yeah, take Batterskull. Pass the turn, and I like where we are at. Next turn, we get to get down Endless Whispers and start stealing our opponent's creatures. And then the following turn, we have another Vraska for even more creature stealing. This is pretty much, outside of just Death Clouding for a million, like, that's pretty much what we're trying to do with Vraskas. The Wombo Combo. Opponent. Castle Ardenvale. We do got to be a little careful. We are down to 13. And our opponent does have Bone Crusher and creatures. Alright, Lava Brink Venturer. I assume I'm going to go even. Yeah. Goes even. Opponent. Passes. Well, let the fun begin. Tap, tap, tap. Endless Whispers. Actually, yeah, let's Endless Whispers. Oh, this turn's going to be super sweet. Because we get the treasure from Vraska. Oh, this is going to be really good. So we get to blow up this Giver of Runes. Get a treasure. That treasure gives us exactly enough mana to cast Vraska number 2. Oh, this is a dream. The dream come true. Untap, sag for black, Vraska 2. We will blow up Lava Brink Venture. And join us, friends. Pona scoops it up! Pona scoops it up! Too much Vraska, too much creature stealing. Oh, that is what this deck can do with the right matchup. Alright, we'll bring in the Damnation. We'll bring in a Fatal Push. We'll go down. What are we going down? 1 Death Cloud. We'll go 3 Death Clouds. And 1 Thoughtseize. Run it like that. Well, that was beautiful. That is the dream. And I think this is the kind of matchup Vraskas want to play. Like, decks that are just trying to play the battlefield. Wow. When you have so many Planeswalkers that blow stuff up and Endless Whispers to steal them. Oh, it's so good. So good. This hand. Ooh, boy. So close. We're going to have to mulligan, though. No forest to cast our stuff. Well, all right. We got Vraskas for days. And a bit of ramp. I mean, we'll keep this, although it is a bit scary. We'll put... It's always Planeswalker. Poor Planeswalker deck Vraska. It's always Planeswalker deck Vraska that goes to the bottom and gets sideboarded out. Inspiring Vantage for our opponent. And biases. Well, there's Endless Whispers. Verdant Catacombs. Go. About it. Plains. And Alpine. Oh, it's Winota? Ooh. Winota could get us. That is a little scary if it's Winota. Ooh, oh boy, Arbor Elf. Okay, that's good. Play land, play Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Mounted for our opponent. Stoneforge Mystic for Batterskull. Feast and Famine. All right. Yeah. Opponent gets and hits us. Still worried about Winota. Alpine Watchdog is not a card you expect to see in Modern. Oh, play the Forest. Overgrowth of Forest. Pass the turn. I think we got to go on the basic. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. I mean, that's good for our opponent. So we need to draw lands then, or more enchantment ramp. Field of Ruin for our opponent. Going to put the sword into play? Yeah. Well, untap. Fatal Push. Come on, land! We need a land for Vraska. About it. Land? Okay, that's land. So we get to play the land, tap, untap, Vraska, get rid of the sword, pass the turn. Yeah, I mean, this is upside of I mean, did they just blow up anything? That is the biggest upside by far of Vraskas. Name a permanent. Vraskas are good at killing it. Well, now we're in a decent spot. If we draw land, we can play Big Vraska. If we don't, we can at least play Endless Whispers. Inspiring Vantage for our opponent. And Stoneforge not scary enough to kill our Vraska here. And once it takes up, it is kind of punishing to kill. With creatures, at least. Bound it. No attacks. A 1, 2, 3. Oh, we can't. Interesting. Yeah, let's Overgrowth. Take up Vraska. We can't Endless Whispers. We can't put it on the Overgrown Tomb, or else our opponent just Field of Ruins. Otherwise, we could do it all, but pound it. Oh. Okay, they have the Batterskull too. Sure. And so I think if they attack Vraska, we just let it go and let the Batterskull die. I think that's fine. Opponent combat. Attacks Vraska. Sure. So Vraska dies. The Germ also dies. Our opponent can pick it up and replay it. Endless Whispers is surprisingly sweet in this deck. About it. Passes. Yeah. Well, we will play Vraska. Make a Pirate. Untap a Forest. Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Well, come on, more Vraskas. Also, Death Cloud would be insane. Opponent picks up Batterskull. Replays Batterskull. We will be able to put an end to this at some point with our Vraskas. Yeah, opponent untaps. 3 cards in hand now. Ooh, Pithing Needle. Ooh. Okay. Well, now we definitely need another Vraska. To get rid of the Pithing Needle on Vraska, that is a good answer. And Lava Brink Venturer. Uh-oh. Alright, this is a bit scary. Evens. About it. Gets in with the Germ. Yeah, alright. Well, we need to draw. We need to draw. Opponent hits us, passes. Utopia Sprawl is not the draw. Well, we will Endless Whispers. Utopia Sprawl. Alright, we're out of cards. That Pithing Needle is so insane. So good for our opponent. On black. Normally, Pithing Needle, I feel like it shouldn't be that good against us. Well, pass the turn. Alright, I'm a little scared now. Opponent, land, and combat. Attacks Vraska, attacks Vraska. Alright, Vraska down. Come on, deck. Give us a draw. Death Cloud would be the insaniest. Yeah, I don't even think we play. Well, alright, I guess we do. Another Endless Whispers. Ooh! The clock is ticking, though. Pass the turn. Damnation would be good. Death Cloud would be good, but we are on a clock. We are on a clock that, is fairly fast. Oh, and increasing. Another Stoneforge. Oh, we might be in trouble now. This Pithing Needle for the steal. Ember. Oh, God. Well, okay. Do they also have a land in hand? If they also have a land, oh no. They get to equip it even off the Stoneforge? Oh. Oh, geez. Okay. Well, now we might be dead. Opponent gets in, hits us. Yeah, alright. Down to 6. We get 1 turn to draw something insane. Yeah. Down to 6. Opponent cannot get back our token. And, come on, deck. Come on, deck. Give us that damnation. Overgrowth. Alright. All the ramp, none of the finishers, all the Stoneforges. Ooh, that Pithing Needle. That Pithing Needle got us good. Alright. Well, I don't know if we want to change anything. Like, I think this is the setup. We could bring in the Thoughtseize. Alright, let's run it back. We needed more Vraskas. That was a problem. Not enough Vraskas. All right, we get to play first. And I don't think we can keep this. One land, can't cast all the black spells. Jeez, all right. Well, this we will keep, and we will hope for the best. Put, Vraska Swarm's Eminence to the bottom. So we desperately need a land. Super duper ultra desperately. Preferably one that can make black mana. This is a lot like our first hand. If this Arbor Elf dies to like a lightning bolt, then we probably just do nothing forever and lose. Alright, well, land and Arbor Elf. Go. Put it. Arid Mesa. Uh-oh. Oh dear, cracking. Sacred Foundry. Untapped. Pithing Needle. Oh boy. Oh, that's really bad too. Okay. Well, now we need to draw at least 2 lands. And we need to draw them quickly. Put it. Well, that's a land. Verdant Catacombs. Alright. Boy, we would have had it too. We need one more land. One more land from the Magic Gods. Put it down to 16. Field of Ruin. Stoneforge Mystic, of course. Well, can we hit another land for this overgrowth? Opponent. Gonna get Batterskull, I presume. Yeah. Opponent passes. We draw a... Alright, it's a land. So play the land. Crack the land. Overgrown Tomb. Crack the land. Swamp. Overgrowth. Pass the turn. Alright, so that's good, especially if Overgrowth lives. Opponent untaps Arid Mesa. And opponent passes. Well, Endless Whispers. Pass the turn. No attacks. So here comes Batterskull, I assume. Opponent gets a Plains. Batterskull. Yeah. Untaps. Flooded Strand. Cracks it. Grabs a Plains. Alpine Watchdog. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks. Well, we will block with Arbor Elf. Opponent's going to steal our Arbor Elf. We untap. And... Damnation? Oh, come to us! Come to us, friends! Alright. Alright. We get our stuff back. Thanks to Endless Whispers. I was afraid our opponent was going to have enchantment removal at instant speed, but so now we get everything? Arbor Elf returns. Alpine Watchdog returns. Stoneforge. We don't have any equipment, though. Stoneforge returns. Pass the turn. Now we got the creatures, and we have Vraska coming at some point. Endless Whispers is hilarious. About it. Thinking. Stomps the Stoneforge. Okay. So opponent will get that back on their next end step. About it. Inspiring Vantage. Wow, Field of Ruin. Okay. We'll grab a Swamp, I think. And Houndmaster for our opponent. Gonna get some dogs. Sure. Gets an Alpine Watchdog. About it. Passes. Gets back the Stoneforge for Sword of Feast and Famine. Well, we untap. Play Vraska. Blow up Houndmaster. No attacks. Get the Houndmaster. Pass the turn. 3 Endless Whispers is a lot. Opponent, Castle Ardenvale. So we know there's a Watchdog and a Sword of Feast and Famine. Opponent, combat. Passes. We draw something good. Castle Lockwain's not the worst. We will take up Vraska. Utopia Sprawl. On black. Endless Whispers. Castle Lockwain. Pass the turn. About it. Picks up Batterskull. Replays Batterskull. So we're going to try to get Batterskull with Sword of Feast and Famine, I guess. That's pretty good. Okay, opponent has Celestial Purge. Uh-oh. We're not drawing enough Vraskas. Opponent. Sword of Feast and Famine. Equips. That's a lot of damage. Opponent. Attacks. Yeah, alright. We'll let it go this time. Discard Endless Whispers. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Give us a good draw. Opponent passes. And we draw Verdant Catacombs. Well, play the land, pass the turn. I don't like where we're at, though. Ooh, opponent. No, Vraskas. Doesn't even make a token. Interesting. Oh, my goodness. Another Stoneforge for... Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, and Stoneforge, Embercleave, lethal. Well, that is something. Yeah? I mean, I think that's just definitely game. There's nothing we can do about it. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Oh, Vraskas! Game 1 felt so good. Thoughtseize, not helpful. Wow. No! Well, game 1 was sweet at least. Oh, Vraska Tribal. It does cool things, but not consistently enough to win, I guess. Alright, against the odds time, we are playing Vraska Tribal in Modern. And, this is fine. We'll keep. Got a bit of ramp. Ooh, Kahira. Interesting. Well, Verdant Catacombs. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Yeah, let's take Overgrown Tomb. Overgrown Tomb untapped. Thoughtseize you. Oh, Cat Tribal. That's interesting. Okay, so how do we beat Cat Tribal? Can we beat Cat Tribal? Well, I think we start with Loam Lion. Pass the turn. Probably going to have to take Felidare Sovereign since it can kill our Utopia Sprawls. Bonnet. Passes. Fatal Push is good. Well, we will Utopia Sprawl on green. Castle Lock Wayne. Thoughtseize our opponent. Ew, take Felidare Sovereign. We'll see. Pawn's got a lot of enchantment removal just accidentally because cats are good at it. Booted. Bronze-eyed Lion, sure. Alright, so definitely need to draw lands. Pass the turn. If our opponent can Pride Mage and kill... Yeah, they draw the land. That's not good. So now I can Pride Mage and kill our Utopia Sprawl, and then we're a lot of turns away from doing anything. Opponent hits us. Well, Fatal Push. Bronze-eyed. Opponent lets it go. I feel like this is a matchup we want to play normally, like this style of matchup, but the enchantment hate. Brimaz. We draw a Death Cloud. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. About it. Adepts. Draws a land. Kosali Pride Mage. Gets in, makes a cat. And yeah, not enough lands to cast our Vraskas here. Opponent hits us for a lot. Down to 8. Passes. Yeah, we're not going to show our opponent anymore. We're just going to scoop. I don't think there's any way we can win from here. Alright, so cats, eh? Oh, so many Vraskas, so little manas. Fatal Push in, Damnation in. Go down, Planeswalker deck Vraska, and maybe one Overgrowth, I guess, run it like that. Little sketchy with like the Endless Whispers and stuff just because of all the cat enchantment removal, but we'll see. We get to play first. If we can start getting Vraskas down, we should be in okay shape because we do have a lot of removal. Like a lot of our Vraskas just kill things. Well, okay, we'll keep this. No ramp, but we're heading in the right-ish direction. We will Verdant Catacombs, crack it for a swamp. Thoughtseize our opponent. Oh boy, very aggressive hand. We will take... You know what? I think we take Loam Lion. Or, I think we take Wild Mikado. Our opponent can't cast Loam Lion. Like, our opponent doesn't have white mana. Stomping Grounds, tapped. So this hopefully buys us a little bit of time. Well, Forest, go. And if we keep getting basics, our opponent can't use... Oh, they draw the plains. Alright. Bronze-eyed Lion. Well, we will kill Bronze-eyed Lion. Land, please. Arbor Elf is like a land. Play Arbor Elf. Windswept Teeth, pass the turn. Field of Ruin for our Upudit. And Bronze-eyed Lion. Alright. Opponent, passing. We draw Endless Whispers. Well, crack Windswept Teeth, get an Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. Tried not to crack it immediately because of wanting to draw another land, but ended up paying the price of having to spend a bunch of life. Well, kill the Bronze-eyed, pass the turn. Vraska 1 down. We did turn on our opponent's Field of Ruin, but, yeah. Sacred Foundry. Plays Brimaz. Now, take up Vraska. No sacrifice. Verdant Catacombs. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Grab a Forest. Endless Whispers. Go. Alright. Well, we might be able to pull off the reversal here. We'll see. Temple Garden. So I think what we do here is chump block with Arbor Elf. Oh, that's a good draw. Kosali Pride Mage. That's a really good draw. Opponent. Well, now I don't think we chump block. Gets in a Vraska. Yeah. Makes a cat. Yeah, Vraska down. Opponent passes. Ooh, another Vraska. Well, we will just play another Endless Whispers. Pass the turn. what we're trying to set up for is Damnation, steal our opponent's board. Opponent attacks, attacks, attacks. Well, now we will block Brimaz. Opponent gonna get our elf for a second. Hopefully they don't top deck like a random Thalia. That would be super awkward. Drop to 9. Oh, just run out your hand. Run it all out. Loam Lion. Loam Lion. Oh, that's what we were hoping for. That's what we were hoping for. All right. All right. The dream. Opponent. Big board of cats for a second. Well, we will. Damnation? We would also like a big board of cats. Okay, opponent sacks a Quasali Pride Mage. That's fine. Blows up in Endless Whispers. We still have another one, though. Damnation resolves. Wait. Okay, gonna path the... Okay, that's fine. So that keeps us from getting the Brimaz. We're still gonna get Tomb Lone Lions, our Arbor Elf back, and the Pride Mage, thanks to the Endless Whispers, and we're gonna have the mana for Vraska next turn. So, and our opponent's out of cards. Like, I think we're winning now. That was the Endless Whispers dream. Pride Mage, Arbor Elf, Loam Lion, Loam Lion. Not bad. Not bad. All right, opponent. What you gonna do? Opponent, gonna pass. Well, let the cat beatdown commence. Go to combat. Attack you. Hit our opponent for a budge. Play Vraska. Opponent, gonna thin the deck. Sure. We'll grab a forest. Get a Vraska. Take it up. Pass the turn. Lethal, hopefully on board. And opponent skips it up. Endless Whispers Damnation's pretty hilarious. Well, opponent had the enchantment hate again, but we were able to fight through. Now our opponent's going to be on the play. Well, run it back. Run it back. That is our recipe for success. Something along those lines. Ooh. All right. We will keep. Little nervous that we don't have a basic forest to put our stuff on. And that means Field of Ruin, which is in our opponent's deck, can get us good, but Winds Up Teeth for our opponent. Cracks it. Temple Garden. Untapped. And Wildly Coddle. Alright, Vern Catacombs. Crack it. Forest. And Arbor Elf. Go. Arid Mesa for our opponent. Cracks it. Who? What's the 2-drop cat? Stomping Grounds. Tapped. Okay. Opponent gets in. Hits us. No blocks. Down to 16. Well, Overgrown Tube. Untapped. Utopia Sprawl. On green. Tap it. Utopia Sprawl. On black. Utopia Sprawl. On black. Pass the turn. All right, opponent. What do you got? Oh, if we can get down and keep a Vraska and then Death Cloud, opponent hits us with the wildest of Nicoddles. Sure. Down to 11. Opponent passes. And pathes. Yeah. We will grab a forest. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, play the peatland. 5, 6. Big Vraska. Blow up the Nicoddle. Pass the turn. Oh, the Death Cloud's in hand. The Death Cloud's in hand. Opponent cracks. I mean, we might not even wait to play another Vraska. We just might Death Cloud. Like, even just Vraska Relic Seeker should be enough. Opponent, Pride Sovereign, sure. Well, actually, if that's all our opponent's got, we will Vraska, number 2, blow up Pride Sovereign, take up Vraska, Thoughtseize our opponent because might as well, take King of the Pride, pass the turn, 2 Vraskas, opponent, Loam Lion, passes. Well, we will. Opponent has 2 cards in hand, 3 lands, 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's see if we can do this right. So we want to do this X3. Sack, sack, sack. Actually, all right, let's think about this. Let's sack this to draw... Well, no, that doesn't matter. We're going to have to discard it. All right, yeah. Let's go X3. Death Cloud. Actually, that's not quite right either. All right, we're getting there. We have a Menacing Pirate. So step 1, get him with the Menacing Pirate. Hit our opponent. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, once Death Cloud... This is turn 5, too. This is turn 5. 6 mana Vraska, 5 mana Vraska. And enough mana for lethal Death Cloud. Not lethal, but, I mean, opponent's not going to have anything, so essentially lethal. That is the Vraska Tribal Dream. Opponent drops to 13. Now, we will Death Cloud X3. Get all of our opponent's lands, all their creatures, all their hands. We get to keep a land that taps for 4 mana, 2 Vraskas, and a treasure. Opponent's going to path. Okay, they're going to get to keep a land, sure. That is acceptable. So opponent's going to have 1 land and no hand versus 2 Vraskas. Discard our Thoughtseize. Sack our Pirate. Sack. Keep the Utopia Sprawl land. And this should be game. I mean, our opponent, what are they going to do? Take up Vraska. And Vraska Tribal. Showing the cats what is up. Bout it. Ooh, alright, hits a land. It's just going to be too slow. Bout it. Bassin. Castle Lock Wayne. Take up Vraska. Go to combat. Hit our opponent. Down to 8. Pass the turn. And this one looks pretty over. Well, this matchup was exactly what we envisioned when we built this deck. We got the Endless Whispers, Rast, Steal Your Board kill. We got the just like million Vraska Death Cloud, although Endless Whispers would have been sweet in this game too. But this is pretty much what we envisioned when Vraska tried. Like, showing off what Vraskas can actually do with all of its death and destruction about it. Endless Whispers is a sweet card. Obviously, a bit matchup dependent. You have to not play many creatures, and then you need your opponent to be playing creatures. So it is a little matchup dependent, but the good matchups are really sweet. An opponent says they think that's it, and yeah, that sounds about right with the Death Cloud. Death Cloud is so brutal, especially with, I mean, Vraska's chilling. And opponent had a nice conversation. They're starting a YouTube channel called The Corner Chair, so check out The Corner Chair on YouTube. I don't know if there's actually videos up or not, but our opponent has been very friendly. Unfortunately, they said they were not recording, they were just testing. So you won't see this match on their YouTube channel, but yeah, I mean, super cool opponent, the Corner Chair, and yeah, I mean, that was the Vraska Tribal dream, by far. Yeah, alright, sweet. So what did we learn this week about Vraska Tribal in Modern? And I gotta say, the deck worked reasonably well. Of course, it is a very matchup-dependent deck. We saw the good and the bad of the deck. We ended up record-wise 3-2, which, I mean, that's reasonable, technically, so we'll take it. But there's good and bad matchups. The good matchups are matchups where our opponent has creatures and stuff for Vraska to kill. In the other matchups, if our opponent's, like, playing spell-based combo decks, Stormy or something, that's where things are really rough. Because if we play up against a deck that doesn't really have creatures, Vraskas don't do much. Endless Whispers doesn't do much. So we're kind of having a lot of dead cards and just hoping for Thoughtseize or a quick Death Cloud, which can steal a win. But in general, it really depends on the matchup. On the other hand, we got to see the good of Vraskas too. We had that insane game against Cats where we pulled off the Endless Whispers, Damnation from the sideboard, Steal Your Board combo. We saw 16 rack where we used Vraskas to just blow up all the racks on repeat until we eventually had 1 million on the battlefield and won the game. So we got to see the insane upside of Vraskas as well, where they're really good at killing things, and most of them are good at killing anything. We're sniping Shrieking Inflictions, we're sniping Planeswalkers, we're sniping artifacts, as well as creatures, which is really, really sweet. So I actually think the deck, I mean, it's not super competitive or anything. It's not going to be a tier 1 deck. It's like probably going to be a tier 2 deck, but it's really fun. The Endless Whispers plan is spectacular. I'm pretty happy that's where he ended up with the deck, honestly. So I will say, when I first started building Vraska's Tribal, my initial thought was, okay, we'll play Vraskas and kind of build around the Death Touch ability of Vraska Swarm's Ebonist. There's like combos where you can like use Walking Ballista and equipment to give Death Touch. So my first build was like Stoneforge Mystic, Walking Ballista, trying to get like Gorgon's Head and Basilisk Collar along with our Vraskas, and it just didn't feel very Vraska-y. Like, sure, like sometimes you play Stoneforge and put a Banner Skull into play and win with it, but that's not really Vraska Tribal. So going back to the drawing board, going for the let's just kill everything and steal everything with Endless Whispers. Let's just Death Cloud for 1 million and let Vraskas take over. I'm really happy where the deck ended up. I mean, considering we're playing a lot of matchup dependent and pretty expensive Planeswalkers, I think the deck was actually a blast to play. No one expects Endless Whispers, and it did sweet things. Death Cloud is spectacular, plus our Vraskas just blowing everything up every single turn on repeat. Really, really sweet as well. So anyway, that's been our Against Odds for this week. Vraska Tribal for Modern. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to vote for next week's deck, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.